Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Computer and Information Sciences, SOCIS, Certificate Programs, Certificate in Information Technology, CIT, CIT 001 Fundamentals of Computer Systems, Block-2 Problem Solving Techniques, Unit-2 Problem Solving using C Programming Language, 2.0 Introduction. Problem-solving skill develops with time. Once you start solving smaller and simpler problem, you become more aware about the steps required for writing solutions of the problems. In previous unit of this block, you learned about algorithms and flowcharts. An algorithm cannot run on a computer. You have to write the algorithm in a language that a computer can understand. The languages that a computer understands are known as computer programming language. The C is one of the very popular programming language. The C was written by Kernighan and Ritchie in the 1970s. C is used for developing computer applications in the area of system software, utility software such as device driver, network programming, database systems, and many other areas of applications software. You may take this unit as beginning of learning a programming language. It is easy to learn other computer programming languages after learning C. 2.1 Objectives. After going through this unit, you should be times explain the need of C programming language. Times explain C program structure. Times explain basic components of C program. Times write simple C program. Times explain sequential, conditional, iterative statements, and times use array variables in C programs. 2.2 Execution of a C program. C is a high-level programming language. It is having a rich set of library. A library is a collection of specific programs functions used in different programs. When we write our programs in C, there are libraries of functions to help us so that we do not have to write the same code over and over. Using the library functions will also make it easier to write and learn to program. You can take a function as a module often consisting of a set of statements to perform specific task. Process of execution of a C program is given in Figure 1. Figure 1. Process of execution of a C program. 2.3 Structure of a C program. Before we discuss about structure of a C program, let us see a simple C program which does not perform any operation and only prints hello world message. First C program. 1. This is my first C program. 2. Hash include. 3. The first C program to print hello world. 4. int main. 5. 6. Print hello world in. 7. Return 0. 8. After you compile and run this program, it will print out the message, Hello World. This is the first C program we are exposed. Though the program is very simple. End of the main function. Curly brackets in C are used to group statements in a block together to mark the beginning and end of a function or in the body of a loop. Loop will be discussed later in this unit. This type of grouping is known as block in a program. Print Hello World in prints the words on your computer screen. The text to be printed is enclosed in double quotes. The N at the end of the text tells the program to print a new line as part of the output. N is used for the purpose of more clarity in the output. By putting N at the end of the message to be printed, it is ensured that whenever in a program something more will be printed on screen, it will be printed in the next line. One more point you may note here is that C is case sensitive, therefore it differentiates between a lowercase letter and an uppercase letter. For example, main is different than main. Return 0 is written in this program for completing it. Because in int main, int means function main returns an integer value. So there must be a statement that indicates what this int value is. The statement return 0 indicates that main returns a value of 0, 0 to the operating system, OS. If this program has completed successfully and terminated, execution it will return 0 to OS. Here you do not have to know in detail about this concept. Without getting worried about this concept, let us move on to know more about structure of a C program. But you just remember to use the return statement in your program when you write, because main function always returns an integer. In this program there are two functions, main and print. On the basis of our first C program, now let us see the basic structure of a C program, which generally has following components: 1. Program header comment, 2. Preprocessor directives, if any, 3. int main, void, 4. 5. Statements, 6. Return 0, 7. Now let us see the meaning of each line of this structure. Program header comment. A comment is description used for clarification. It helps a reader of the program understand the purpose or functionality of statements in the program. A C program may have several comments in whole program. It is good to have comment in the beginning of a program which state about the objective of the program for which it is used. How to write a comment? In C, all comments must begin with the characters and end with the characters. For example, if you write, "This is my first C program," then statement "This is my first C program" will be treated as comment. In any program, the program header comment always comes first. 2. Preprocessor directives. Preprocessor directives are special statements that is included in the program code, as you have seen in section 2.3.1 of this unit. These directives are not program statements but special instructions, directives, for the preprocessor, and on the basis of these directives, some activities are performed before actual program code compilation. For example, #include is called preprocessor directive. Command dotted directs the preprocessor to include all the functions defined in stdio.h in the program before it compiles the code written in the program. For more clarity, please see the following printf statement. Printf hello world in statement in program given in previous page. Function printf is defined in stdio.h and has been included in that program. You remember that a preprocessor directive is written in only a single line of code. As soon as a new line character in is found, the preprocessor directive is considered to end. No semicolon is used for the end of a preprocessor directive, as in the case of other statement like printf hello world in or return 0. In general, a preprocessor is a program which processes the input data and produce output that is used as input to another program. stdio.h. The #include directive indicates the preprocessor to include a copy of the standard input-output header file stdio.h in the program code. 3. int main, void. Generally, every program has a function called main. This is the point from where program execution begins. The main is placed in the source code file as the first function for the purpose of readability. In your program, there must be a function with this name, otherwise C compiler cannot successfully compile and link your program. Prototype for writing a function is return type function underscore name. Arguments. A function may take some value for performing operations. The values given to a function is known as arguments to the function. For example, suppose you have written a function int sum, int a, int b for finding sum of two integers. This function return an integer and take two integers as argument. It means you can pass two values of integers to the function sum. Inside parenthesis after main, void is written. It means nothing is there inside. 4. The function body of main. The main function starts with a left brace, curly bracket, begins the body of every function. A corresponding right brace ends the function body. Inside and are the statements to be performing the operation. For example, if you are writing a program to find the area of a circle in C, then operations need to be performed for this purpose will be written inside and .v statements. These are the main portion of any program. Statements written in a program decides about the activity to be performed, such as input operations, output operations, logical operations, etc. 6. Return 0. Because function main returns an integer value, there must be a statement that indicates what this value is. The last statement is return 0. It ends with a semicolon. Also remember that all statements in C end with a semicolon. After learning about structure of a C program, now let us see the basic components of C programming. These components are used for writing C programs for solving problems. Next section is going to cover almost all the basic components of C programming. This section will give you idea for using basic components in the program you will write. 2.4 Basic components of programming. The basic component of C includes token, keywords, variables, data types, operators, etc. Let us see some details of these basic components of C programming language. 2.4.1 Tokens and keywords. Token. In C language, tokens are the smallest element. A token may be a single character or a sequence of characters to form a single item for C program. Tokens can be numeric, constants, character constants, keywords, names, label or identifiers, punctuation or operators used for different kind of operations including arithmetic and numeric operations. Keywords. In any programming language, some words are reserved for some special use. These words are not allowed to be used by programmer for their own purpose. These words are called keywords and sometimes called reserved words also. C language, like any other programming language, has defined some keywords. Every keyword have a fixed meaning to the compiler and cannot change the meaning. For example, int is used for representing integer. C keywords are given below, or to default float register struct, break do for return switch, case double go to short type def, char else if signed union, const enum int size of unsigned, continue extern volatile long while, static void. Now let us learn about data types and variables in C. 2.4.2 Data type and variables in C. Data types in C. Most of the time in calculation, data are used, for example, in finding the sum of two numbers. First of all, these two numbers need to be stored in computer memory. Then result obtained after adding these two numbers is again stored in the memory. Now a question arises: what size of memory should be used for storing these numbers? To answer this question, one need to know what the type of number is. A number might be an integer, whole number such as 20, or real number, floating point number such as 10.25. An integer needs 2 bytes for storage. 1 byte equals 8 bits. There are 3 basic data type, which are 1. Character, 2. Integer, 3. Real numbers. In addition to these 3, 2 other basic data types, enum and void, which are out of the scope of discussion here. For real numbers, float and double types are used. The size of 3 basic data type in C is given in table given below. Table 1. Data types in C. Variables. Once you have data to store, you need to associate with a specific memory location. These memory locations are given some names, and these names are called variable names. The values stored in these locations can change or vary throughout the program's lifetime. These data are referred with variable name. Each variable has a specific type, which is known as variable data type. This data type tells the computer how much memory is taken by the variable to store the data. Name of a variable must start with letters and contain letters, digits, and underscores. For example, x, y, z, sum, number underscore of underscore points, mass 12 are valid variable names. A variable must be declared in a C program before being used. Variable declaration tells the compiler about variable name and their type. For example, int I means a variable named I of integer type is declared. Now I is available as a variable to store integer value. In C, you can declare more than one variable in single statement line. A declaration begins with the type of the variables, followed by the name of one or more variables. Float I, J, K sum means 4 variables named I, J, K, and sum of float type are declared. When you declare your variable, it is better to have some meaningful name of a variable. While you declare variables, you may give explanatory comment. For more clarification, you can initialize a variable at the time of declaration. This is done by adding an equals sign and the required value after the declaration. For example, int high is equal to 25, maximum length. Int low is equal to 10, minimum length. Two variables high and low are declared and initialize. Remember that you cannot use any of CS keywords like main, while, switch, etc. as variable names. Names or identifiers, sometimes called identifiers or labels. These are the names of functions, variables, etc. It can be of anything length, but it should not be too long or too short. Names are case sensitive. XYZ is different from XYZ. Any name must begin with a letter and the rest can be letters, digits, and underscores. Different operators perform different kind of operations such as arithmetical operations, logical operations, etc. In next section, we will learn about different operators in C. 2.4. 3 operators and punctuations in C. Operators. An operator is a kind of function which is applied to values to give a result. For example, for finding sum of two numbers, addition operator is required. C is having a wide range of useful operators. You are familiar with operators such as, which are used for performing addition, subtraction, and division. The common type of operators in C are I, arithmetic operator, 2, assignment operator, 3, comparison operator, 4, logical operator, V, binary operator. Arithmetic operators are the most commonly used operator. Comparison operators are used for comparison of values. Logical operators are used for deciding combination of logical states. Assignment operator is used assigning value to a variable, and binary operators are used for manipulation of individual binary digits of data. Here we will not cover binary. Now let us see in detail about each operator type mentioned above. I, arithmetic operators. Commonly used arithmetic operators in C are addition, example, 4 6 will give 10, subtraction, example, 10 6 will give 4, multiplication, example, 2 5 will give 10, division, example, 8 halves will give 4, percent modulos, give remainder from integer division, example, 5% 2 will give 1, assignment and expressions. If you combine operators and values, expressions are formed. The values produced by these expressions can be stored in variables. For example, 243 is an expression and, after evaluating this expression, you will get 14. A simple expression is an assignment statement. An expression is evaluated and the result is saved in a variable. For example, expression A is equal to ij, k, the result will be saved after evaluating ij, k in variable A. The result will be saved after evaluation. In any expression, operators and percent will be performed before or. If you want to have different order of evaluation, then you have to use brackets. Any expression in brackets will evaluate first. For example, if you write expression 243 as 243, then you will get 18. One important point to note about operator is that when division is performed between two integers, the result will be an integer, and remainder is discarded. For example, if expression 15/4 is evaluated, it will give 3 as result. You can use modulus operator, percent, between integers only. Never divide a number by 0 in your program. This will cause an error, and usually due to this your program will crash, will terminate abnormally. Some examples of operators, according to precedence, 1 5 to 1 10 11, 1 4, to 5 to 10, you can use symbols for storing value. In this case, symbols are evaluated to their values before being combined. int x is equal to 2, int y is equal to 3, y x x y to 2 y 4 3 4 7, 2. Assignment operator. Assignment operator is equal to is used for assigning value to a variable. Now, let us take a problem in which speed of a car is given to 50 kilometers per hour, distance to be covered is 200 kilometers, and you have to find the time it will take to cover this distance. Here, you can use assignment operator for assigning values. Int speed, distance, time are three variables. Speed is equal to 50, distance is equal to 200, time is equal to distance time. Time will have value 4, that is 200 by 50. Problem: write a program in C to find AB, AB, and A%B. The value of A is 10 and the value of B is 5. C program for showing use of arithmetic operators. C program for arithmetic operations. Hash include int main, void, int A is equal to 10. A is initialized with value 10. Int B is equal to 5. A is initialized with value 10. Printf, AB is equal to %dn, AB, 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 printf, A%B is equal to %dn, A%B, return 0. When you will run this program, following output will come. AB is equal to 15, AB is equal to 5, AB is equal to 50, AB is equal to 2, A%B is equal to 0. You must have noticed that print function is having following format. Printf, message is equal to %dn, value to print. Here message is a string of character. %d for indicating that value for printing is of integer type. Similarly, for character value printing %c and for float value printing %f are used. In the above program, fixed value to A and B are assigned, but if you need to take value as input from your computer, for that in C scanf function is used. As printf, used for printing output on your computer screen, scanf is used for reading input from your computer screen. The syntax for using scanf is scanf %d variable. Here, %d indicate that the variable in for which data to be read is of integer and sign is added, prefixed to the variable name. The above program can be modified as follows for giving input from screen instead of assigning fixed value. C program for arithmetic operations. Hash include int main, void, int A, B. A and B are declared. Printf, give val of A, scanf, %d, A, printf, give val of B, scanf, %d, B, printf, AB is equal to %dn, AB, 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 printf, A%B is equal to %dn, A%B, return 0. When you will run this program, following output will come. Give val of A, 20, give val of B, 4, AB is equal to 24, AB is equal to 16, AB is equal to 80, AB is equal to 5, A%B is equal to 0. Special operators and in C some operators allow abbreviation of certain types of arithmetic assignment statements. These operators are and, I or I is equivalent to I is equal to I1, I or I is equivalent to I is equal to I1. Arithmetic operators, hash include. Now let us see an example program which shows how to use and. C program to show the use of and. Int main, void, int A, C, int B is equal to 10, A is equal to 5, C is equal to AB, C is assigned 10 5, printf, sum, %d, %dn, A, B, C, A, B, printf, now A is equal to %dn, A. Printf, now B is equal to %dn, B, C is equal to AB, C is assigned 9 4, printf, now sum is %d, %dn, A, B, C, return 0. 3. Comparison operator. More detailed discussion about using comparisons operators will be taken up when we will discuss about control statements such as if statement or a for or a while statement in subsequent section of this unit. 4. Logical operators and or and not are the commonly used logical operators in C. Operator meaning vertical bar or and. Not a vertical bar B will be true if either of A or B is having value true. It will be false only if both A and B are having false value. AB will be true if both A and B are having true value, otherwise false. If A is true, then A will be false. Logical operators are frequently used to combine comparison operators. For example, if a person is eligible for a job if his age is between 18 and 30 years, then it can be written as following expression: age is equal to 18, age is equal to 1825. Punctuation. In C programming language, semicolons, colons, happy smiley, commas, apostrophes, comma, quotation marks, braces, brackets, and parentheses are punctuation symbol. 2.4.4 Constants. A constant can be seen as a type of variable which do not change its value in program. There are many types of constants in C such as numeric constant, character constant, string constant, etc. Character constants are typically just the character enclosed in single quotes, X, Y, Z dot. Some characters can't be represented in single quotes. For them, a two-character sequence is used. For example, new line n, single quote. Backslash. Numeric constants are in continuous sequence of digits and may contain a period. A numeric constant never contains a comma. Examples of numeric constants: 123, 55.45, 100. A program can be seen as a collection of statements in a logical order. Every statement in a program is assigned some specific task to perform. In a program, statements may execute in a sequential order or it may execute based on satisfaction of certain condition. Some statements may execute more than once. In the next section, we will discuss about various types of statements in C programming. 2.5 Statements in C programming. A program consists of statements. These statements may be a variable declaration, arithmetical expression, logical expression, call of a function, etc. According to the nature of statements belong to different category. These categories are sequential statement times conditional statement times iterative loop statement. 2.5.1 Sequential statement. Sequential statements are those statements in a program that executes one by one in a given sequence. For example, following statements: 1. Float a, b. 2. Print f, give the first number, 3. Scanf, %f, a, 4. Printf, give the second number, 5. Scanf, %f, b. Above 5 statements are part of sequential statements of a C program. These statements will be executed one by one in a C program. 2.5. To conditional statements. Many times while writing program you will need to take some decisions. These decisions are to be taken based on certain conditions. For example, suppose you have to find whether a person can vote or not. For this you need to compare the age of the person with the minimum age required to qualify for voting right. Age is equal to age required for voting. You can say that a program can be much more powerful if you control the order in which statements are run. Sometime you may need to select between optional sections of a program. Suppose you are required to prepare two lists of candidates as given below: 1. Who will be appearing in examination, 2. Who will not be appearing in examination. On the basis of percentage of attendance of student. The condition is that if a student is having 75% or more, attendance will be appearing in the examination, otherwise not. 2. Decide whether a student will be appearing in examination or not. You need to compare his percentage of attendance with 75, the percentage of attendance required to appear in exam, and then make a decision about what to do next. This conditional statement is used in situations where you wish to make a multi-way decision based on certain conditions. The way of doing such type of testing is by using several else if statements. This works by cascading more than one comparison. As soon as a comparison gives a true result, the following statements or block is executed, and after that no further comparisons are performed. You have already seen one example of comparison where you found whether a student is pass or not. Suppose you have find a grade of a student on the basis of marks of the student, then you need to do many comparison. In the following example, we will find the grades depending on the exam result. If marks is equal to 75, print passed and grade is AN, else if marks is equal to 60, print passed and grade is BN, else if marks is equal to 45, print passed and grade is CN, else print failed N. In this example, all comparisons are testing a single variable called marks. There may be cases where you have to do multiple comparisons on more than one variable. While doing programming, the same pattern can be used with more or fewer else-ifs. Note that finally, only else may be left out as last block. Now, let us see one more very useful statement used for multi-way decision making. This statement is switch case. This statement works similar to if-else if statement. The switch case statement, this statement is for the multi-way decision. It is well structured, but it is having one limitation that it can be used only in certain cases where only one variable is tested for condition checking. All branches of the decision must depend on the value of that variable only. Also, the variable used in condition checking must be an integral type, int, long, short or char. In switch case statement, each possible value of the variable can control a single branch and a final catch-all leftover cases. You should use default branch, final, for catching all unspecified cases. Now, let us see the example below. This will clarify you the concept of switch case. This example takes an objective which converts an integer into a text description. You can say at this program is working to estimate the number given as input, int number, estimate a number as none, 1, 2, more, many, switch, number, case 0, print the number is none n. Break, case 1, print the number is 1n, break, case 2, print the number is 2n, break, case 3, case 4, case 5, print the number is more than 2n, break, default, print the number is many n, break. In the above example, each case is listed with some corresponding action. For example, case 0 is associated with following action, print the number is none n, break. Here, the break statement is a new thing for you to notice. The break statement prevents any further statements from being executed by leaving the switch statement block. In other words, you can say that break statement is used for transferring control to the next block from the current block. The break statement is generally used to exit from a loop or a switch control passing to the first statement beyond the loop or a switch block. You can see that the case 3 and case 4 have no following break. Those continue on allowing the same action for several values, 3, 4, 5, of number. The similarity between if and switch statement is that both allow a programmer to make a selection from a number of possible actions. 2.5.3 Iterative statements. You may need to write same code more than one in your program. For example, if you have to print numbers from 1 to 10 and one number in a line, then in general you will need 10 printf statements in your program, one print for printing one number. There is concept of loop in C programming. Conceptually, a loop is like a circle. If you walk on border of a circle after completing a round, you will reach to the same point. There may be a set of statements in a program which are executed several times. Such statements are called iterative statements. This concept helps in writing such program where same code is repeated several times. You can only write once that code in a loop and run the loop as many times as required. In the next section we will discuss about for and while loop of C. Loops in C. In C you have a choice of three types of loop: while, while, and for. Before you use any looping statement, it is necessary to decide the condition which take control of the program out of the loop. Once control of program enters into a loop, it repeats the statements inside the loop. The control comes out of the loop after test condition becomes false. You can say that a loop runs till a test condition is true and stops when test condition become false. Here, you may ask that how a test condition becomes false from a true value while a loop runs. Value of variables involved in test condition also may change, and that leads to change the test condition from true to false. The for loop. The for loop is frequently used. It is very flexible in terms of condition check and number of iterations. You can say that the for loop works well where the number of iterations of the loop is known before the loop is entered. Structure of for loop is for initial condition, test condition, increment or decrement statements. The beginning of the for loop consists of three parts and they are separated by semicolons. The first part is run before the loop is entered and is usually the initialization of the loop variable. The second is a test condition. The for loop will exit when this condition returns false. The third and final statement runs every time the loop body is completed. This is usually an increment or decrement of the loop counter, and on the basis of this counter value test condition retain true or become false. Now let us see a program which uses for loop for printing numbers 1 to 10. Hash include void main void int I for I is equal to 1 I.